At least a lot of those people are admitting that Twitter is what it is, a dumpster fire. Let's bring in Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton, who had his own experience with Twitter, which we will get into in just a moment, Senator. But first, let me ask you your thoughts about Elon Musk taking over the platform.
Well, John, if Elon Musk follows through on his promises to stop censoring conservative views and voices across my state of Arkansas and across the whole country, I think that'll be a great thing for our country. It'll be good for Twitter, and hopefully it'll set the example for other social media sites as well. One of the most common complaints I hear about these websites across the state of Arkansas is that they know that they censor the conservative voices and views that I represent. You can see it, for instance, in what they did with the Hunter Biden laptop story in October of 2020, when the New York Post, with credible sourcing, reported on this laptop, and Twitter refused to allow it to be spread, even spread through private messages. And now even the New York Times has verified the contents of that laptop, which may be the basis of a federal indictment against Hunter Biden. That's just one of the most outrageous examples of how Twitter and other social media companies censor conservatives, and I hope that stops. Based on what Elon Musk has said thus far, it seems like he's committed to stopping it.
All right, well, let's rewind the clock to your own experience. It's June of 2020. Your office gets a call from a low-level Twitter employee here in their Washington office who says if the senator does not delete a couple of tweets that he just posted, we are going to block his account. You tweeted in relation to the violence that was going on in America's streets, anarchy, rioting, and looting needs to end tonight. If local law enforcement is overwhelmed and needs backup, let's see how tough these Antifa terrorists are when they're facing off with the 101st Airborne Division. We need to have zero tolerance for the destruction. And if necessary, you go on to tweet the 10th Mountain, 82nd Airborne, 1st Cav, 3rd Infantry, whatever it takes to restore order. No quarter for insurrectionists, anarchists, rioters, and looters. You called their bluff on this.
I did, John. We pointed out that although no quarter hundreds and hundreds of years ago might have meant that a conquering army left no one alive, that for almost as long, it's been a common idiom in the English language to say you're going to take a tough or hard-nosed approach. We also pointed out that numerous Democrats have used this exact phrase in recent years, and they didn't censor their accounts. But, John, I'm a United States Senator. I have a voice beyond just what is on social media. Imagine all the normal Arkansans who want to go on sites like Twitter or Facebook who face that kind of censorship every single day. Or conservative satire sites like the Babylon Bee, which posts some of the funniest jokes on the internet. They are currently, at this very moment, still locked down on Twitter because the Twitter censors didn't like what they had to say. I hope that's the kind of situation we won't see when Elon Musk concludes this purchase.
So all of this liberal pearl clutching over Elon Musk taking over Twitter, do you think this is about free speech or is it about censorship?
I think it's about censorship of speech they don't want to be free. You know, they're perfectly fine with rich liberals owning media companies like the Washington Post or the Atlantic Magazine or the New York Times. But, I'm not even sure Elon Musk is a conservative. He has a lot of idiosyncratic political views. But
I think he's a libertarian more than anything.
Yeah, and these days, John, if you support free speech, though, it draws the anger of liberals, and they start to target you. That's why I think they're reacting so hysterically in many cases to Elon Musk purchasing Twitter, is they don't want to have these voices on social media. They want to censor views. Anything in their mind that they don't agree with is disinformation or misinformation. That's what I hope Elon Musk puts an end to, and that's what I hope he sets an example for other companies to do as well.
I read somebody this morning who suggested that some of Elon Musk's most vocal critics are probably driving Teslas. The Wall Street Journal editorial board says, hey, listen, give the guy a chance. Writing in an editorial today, does Mr. Musk realize he's walking into a hornet's nest? Will his vision work? Who knows? But it will be fascinating to watch Mr. Musk try to break Silicon Valley's culture of progressive conformity. I mean, he wants to rock the boat. And isn't that what America is all about?
Yeah, John, I think we all should give Elon Musk a chance. This deal isn't even closed yet, so we don't know what kind of leadership he will provide to this company. But if he does follow through on what he's been saying about free speech on social media, I think that will be a good thing for Twitter. It'll be a good thing for the country and certainly for all the users across the country who feel like their views are suppressed or censored.
One other quick issue that came up, Amazon and Washington Post owner Jeff Bezos floated a bit of a conspiracy theory on Twitter when he mused, interesting question, did the Chinese government just gain a bit of leverage of the town square? The suggestion for Bezos was that because China's a big market for Teslas, It's also a big market where Tesla gets its lithium batteries from. And maybe China is going to have some sway over what happens on Twitter. Bezos later said that they probably didn't gain leverage. So I'm wondering what that whole thing was all about.
Well, perhaps no more sway than Chinese investors have in Amazon or the Chinese advertising that the Bezos Post accepts routinely.
Right. Senator Tom Cotton, always good to catch up with you. And we expect that your problems with Twitter are probably in the past.
Thank you, John.
At least for now. Thank you.